This is a monster.
Naoya Inoue has a gentle face, but behind it hides a predator. They dared to touch his family, his father, his people. But the Japanese warrior does not forgive such mistakes. Everyone who stood against him signed not a contract, but their own death warrant. This is unique boxing. Let's get started. Emmanuel Rodriguez was a boxer with a jaw that was said to be unbreakable, as if carved from stone. He thought that Inoue's story would end with him, but then something happened that changed the atmosphere of the fight even before the first bell. In front of everyone, his coach pushed Shingo Inoue, Naoya's father and mentor. At that moment, the hall gasped, and Naoya himself just stood there with his arms crossed. No anger, no words, only a cold silence in which the verdict was born. The next day, during the stare-down, it was already clear. Inoue wasn't coming out to fight. He was coming out to exact revenge. Rodriguez came out with confidence, marching forward as if he could tame the storm. And when he let his hands go, it wasn't just punches, it was demolition. Every shot sank deep, breaking Rodriguez's rhythm and spirit. But Inoue was patient, his eyes dissecting every move, calculating the perfect moment to strike. Then came the moment of truth. A lightning-fast left hook crashed into his jaw, and for the first time in his career, Rodriguez felt the cold shock of the canvas beneath him. He rose shaken, but Inoue wasn't done. A cruel shot to the body folded him like a blade of grass in the wind, and the monster closed the show in ruthless fashion. The next fighter to challenge Inoue was Antonio Nieves. Just listen to what he said.
He's a great fighter, but has he really been tested? Like, all his fights been in Japan. Half of them were at 108, fighting guys that stand right in front of him. Everything went his way. He's at home, lower weight class, so we don't know. But Saturday, we're going to make him fight, and we're going to see if he really is.
Antonio Nieves is a phenomenal fighter who works at a bank during the day and transforms into a true predator in the ring at night. Nieves tried to find his rhythm, throwing jabs as if testing the Japanese fighter's strength. But Inoue didn't wait. He met him with a predatory smile and a series of sharp punches. And then the unthinkable happened. Nieves, forgetting that he was a boxer, went for the legs as if on a freestyle wrestling mat. The bell saved the American in the second round, but only delayed the inevitable. With each round, the monster gained speed, landed more punches, and each blow sounded like a death sentence. In the fourth, Neves went all in, but his attack dissolved into thin air.
Come on, go!
And in the sixth corner, the fight had to be stopped. On that Californian night, victory once again belonged to the Japanese monster.
Inoue, who's big power coming? I'm ready.
Murodjon Akhmadaliev is not just a boxer, he is an example of how cold technique and a warm heart can turn talent into championship titles. Of his 14 victories, he finished 11 by knockout, and lost only once in an evenly matched fight. Akhmadaliev doesn't just hit, he thinks. He waits and breaks his opponents down piece by piece. A fighter like this is not just an opponent, but a real challenge for Naoya Inoue. From the very first seconds, Inoue took the initiative. His jabs hit their mark and broke the rhythm, preventing Akhmadaliev from imposing his game.
Yeah, you saw him land that Canelo out. A short sequence that was his best.
Murodjon looked for opportunities exploding in bursts, but more often than not, he was blocked or missed.
Hey, Corey, you saw how quick the reply came from Inoue.
Naoya added his right hand, punching the body and gradually increasing the distance. Akhmadaliev tried to catch him with his signature left side, but the champion was ready. Even when the challenger drove him to the ropes, he received a barrage of uppercuts and powerful blows to all areas in response.
Club and somebody's wearing the exact same thing as you.
In a way, just planting his feet at times, just standing
Yes.
right in front of This right hook there could be a dangerous shot for him. There it is again.
The difference in class was obvious. Inoue was faster, more accurate, and more composed.
But again, here's Inoue just answering back.
But one thing cannot be taken away from Akhmadaliev, his resilience. He withstood the pressure and became only the fourth opponent to make it to the final bell with the monster.
In the final moments of the fight, Akhmadaliev.
And yet this evening proved once again that Naoya Inoue remains undefeated and continues his absolute dominance.
Inoue vanquishes